Hello, hello, and welcome back to the tympanic tromping of boots and the thunderous thrum of semi-automatic weapons, as Perfidious Pete plays XCOM: The Long War. That's right, like a 30 Seconds to Mars track, this is a call to arms, so gather soldiers, it's time to go to war. I mean, it might even be a battle song, because we own the night? Okay, not really. I mean, I know I sounded a little hesitant on that, but it really is a call to arms because given the rate that we've been cramming troopers into the infirmary, we need pretty much anyone we can get. But while that part might be true, I sounded hesitant, of course, because we most definitely do not own the night. In fact, since most of our troopers look like Ed Norton just finished working them over in a tavern basement, I think it's safe to say the night is pretty firmly in possession of the aliens. I mean, it's swollen eye sockets and busted teeth all the way down, folks. And Angel Face don't look much like an angel no mo. We're out at the edge of the earth, and it's a brave new world out here. And that world, it's fucking terrifying. It's pretty goddamn awful. It's persevere or perish, and we've got work to do. So I suppose there's really nothing to do but go ahead and get to work and get started before I make any more oblique references to Jared Leto, because, hey, that's a thing I do, and if I keep it up, I mean, I've been warned, and if I keep it up, the culture police will show up and revoke my status as a king and or queen of promise, so really, the injunction is pending. Jared and his lawyers are notoriously ferocious when it comes to defending his trademarks and copyrights, so I'm just gonna move along. And while I may no longer be a king or queen of promise, we do have some promising new soldiers down in the barracks, so let's head down there and get those fellas sorted. Although I think it's one fella and one lady, if I recall correctly. We do indeed have a fella here. Let's take a look and see who it is has emerged from the Project Lazarus tube. Santichai Promage, no longer. Who are you, sir? I look into your eyes, and I see a tortured poet. I see a haunted man. I see a guy who probably married his cousin. Yeah, this is the look of a haunted individual. You can see the fear that lies behind his eyes. Mostly it's a fear of being buried alive. This, folks, is Edgar Allan Poe. It is. Oh, I'm not kidding you. It's him. It's Poe. It's the master. The writer of The Raven. He who brought one of the, I think, probably one of the best English language poems ever written. The Raven really is fantastic, and he gifted us with that monstrously powerful creation. Quoth the Raven, kill some more. Go get 'em, Edgar. We're glad to have you on the team, buddy. Bring me back a few telltale hearts, preferably from chrysalids and or sectoids. And we have one other unit then on our team. Who's that going to be? Okay. Yeah, good, solid, practical build here from our trooper. Looks like a no-nonsense sort of gal, but there's hope in her. I can see she looks hopeful, whereas Edgar Allan Poe looked terrified. This gal sees the best in people. And sure, she's been through some tough times, I can tell, but Project Lazarus, you know, it hasn't erased her hope. She still hopes and dreams of a better day. I mean, the situation is awful, but she maintains a positive outlook, and you know why? It's because this is Anne Frank, folks. That's right. Anne Frank, indeed, joining the team. She's just what we needed, folks. She really is a shot in the arm. This is a way for us to maintain our spirits, keep hope alive even though things are grim. If she could persevere and endure the imprisonment, not really imprisonment, but, you know, kind of, sort of. Anyway, if she can endure the hardship she endured in her life, what do any of our troopers really have to complain about? I mean, is getting shot in the testicles really, really as bad as what Anne Frank endured? I think not. Anne is going to be an inspiration to the rest of the team, and I think she's just the boost we needed. Welcome aboard, Anne. I'm glad to have you. Let's hope you can get an opportunity to start a new diary, but this one will mostly just detail how many and what sort of aliens you have recently killed. I'm looking forward to reading that diary, I can tell you I am. So that's got our promotions taken care of then. Nothing else to do but head on up to the old mission control and get to scanning. I really, really want to get that council report in. We need the cash from the council report so we can do some building construction and, most importantly, get ourselves a 7th trooper. Oh, this is... yeah, this is intriguing. I think we may have to say yes to this, actually. I don't like trading meld away for under any circumstances, and they have drastically reduced the sort of value you get from meld as far as selling it. It's half as expensive, mostly because it's twice as plentiful, but that's more of a balance issue. So the giving away of 12 meld isn't nearly as significant as it would have been in any of the previous builds, and 2 engineers is a breakpoint for us. We currently have 19. This would put us at 21, which does open some foundry projects for us when, you know, once we build a foundry. And as early in the playthrough as it is, and no more need than we currently have from meld, I think this is an okay swap. Also, on our last mission, we did sort of recover an abundance of meld. I think we got like 27, 25, 26, somewhere in that neighborhood. We got a quarter of 100. I think we can spare one of our 2 bits worth of meld that we picked up. So I'm going to say yes. We'll take that deal, Mexico. Well struck. Nicely played, by the way. Brood, that was some shrewd negotiating right there. It really was. You came in with a good bid at the right time, and there is absolutely nothing we can do about this. Nape of the Earth, I have to assume that this is going to be an abduction mission. Either that or it's a large UFO that's landing. And if it's a large UFO that's landing, we may just let it be. I'm guessing probably abduction, though. No. Do not scramble interceptors. No, no, no. Or do we? You know what? Yeah. We send Gutierrez up on defensive. We have him say hello to the large aircraft and immediately bug out. Not that this does any benefit. I know the panic reduction that you used to get from this, they have actually patched out.
No joy here.
But I do like to let the aliens at least know, hey, I'm onto you, pal. I see your schemes. You're not getting away with nothing. I want them, I want them to think about what it is they're doing. I want them to, they got to give them a little bit of cautious. They got to respect our airspace. Even if it's only so much as we go up and go, yeah, we're here, we're here. We want to let them know we exist. This is our shouting at the sky, folks. We won't go quietly, even if it's only to go up and wave. I mean, we're going to yell at them and at least give them the bird, and maybe swear a lot. We won't actually fight, but we're not going quietly. That's the most important part. It is an abduction mission, which is fine. We can easily handle this, of course.
Commander,
Jesus Christ is back on duty to keep our troopers safe. And god damn aliens.
Each marked site on the hologlobe.
I'm telling you, we picked our base and put it in Nigeria, which is the single greatest alien target of all time. They love Nigeria. Is there like something about the Nigerian people? Are they like extra tasty? What the shit, aliens? I don't know. I don't know what it is. We're like crack. Nigerian people are like crack to the aliens. They can't say no. Oh man, this sucks. We have 2 troopers, guys. 2. We got like we didn't even get a single day between missions. We got like 12 hours. We have had so many missions. How many troopers do we have that are actually just straight up tired? Wow, we have, okay, so we have 45 troopers. Man, okay, so we have like 25 people who are just furiously exhausted. We are not getting anything done. We're getting to the point now where it's not only are we going to be out of experienced troopers, we're going to be out of troopers just in total. We're going to have nobody. I do not like trying to do an abduction mission so poorly geared. We do have Mary Shelley, who was a solid sniper for us. The Mother of Monsters did turn in a fine performance on her first mission. We're going to have to take her. We got to have somebody who can lead this crew. And, of course, we're going to have Jesus saving lives and doing what he can in the background. But while Jesus has been an effective medic for us, and he is the Son of God, and I'm not really one to speak ill of a potential deity, I got to say, Jesus' performance in the offensive categories has been a little less than godlike. Jesus not exactly racking it up in the kill department. He's got 3 in 5 missions, which, you gotta say, Jesus, would have expected better from the Son of God. I mean, just saying. My potential conversion to Buddhism is still on the table, Jesus. Just, bear that in mind. And now what we've got to do is try and scape together 4 troopers who are going to be able to get something positive done on this mission without just getting beaten into the ground. And we do not have... We may need to spend the cash that we get from this mission not on upgrading to 7 troopers. We may need to spend it buying more troopers. Because I'm thinking 45, just even without the injury problem, I think at 45 just may not be enough guys. We might just need more bodies. And when I say more bodies, of course, I mean actually more probably dead bodies coming back and lying in the infirmary, but that's a problem for another day. With the 68 aim, we're going to have to trust Sandberg to do a little bit of the heavy lifting here. So we're going to give old Sandberg a scope. We're going to leave him with the assault rifle and attack armor. We're going to get rid of that med kit and put ceramic plating on. With only 6 total health, even with the plating, Sandberg and his miserable defense of -2 is going to be a tempting target. I'd like to, you know, put him in a situation where perhaps he could take a hit and survive. And Bowie is slow. Kramer is slow and a bad shot. Provost is pretty much average across the board. I think we can probably afford to take him. Or her, rather. We're going to give her the assault carbine, though, because she has a bad aim. We can't go with the grenades. We're going with the battle scanner. Knowing where the enemy is, actually, at this level in the game is really considerably more important than being able to do some explosive damage. I wouldn't mind having somebody on the mission with grenades, especially if that someone were an engineer, but don't really think that's an option because all of our engineers are tired or, you know, down in the infirmary with large chunks missing from their torso. Who else can we even take that isn't just a shameful wreck? Oakstra is slow and has low health, but other than that is thoroughly mediocre. I don't like it, but I think this is a situation where it's one of those sort of gotta be done kind of things. Battle scanner and laser sight for Hoekstra as well. Get rid of that tack vest and give me tack armor. She only put her in battle with a tack vest and give her a grand total of fucking 4 health. Everything on the fucking world kills her. A sectoid that gets even slightly lucky straight up kills her. This way at least the sectoid would have to critical. I mean, sure, a thin man or a floater still kills her straight out, but this way at least if it is a sectoid, they do have to try a little. We need somebody to get shot at. We need somebody whose job it is to just go draw fire. Preferably somebody who has a lot of health and a bad defense. And that somebody may be Yuzuki Yamada there. I'm pretty sure it's Yamada. Yeah, it's Yamada. Alright, Yamada. Now, we are going to do what we can to try and keep you safe. I see you brought an assault carbine, and I'm going to tell you, that's a wise choice. Since you're going to be mostly going forward and trying to get shot at, I think what we're going to do with you is give you the double action flashbangs and have you just sort of dashing forward, flinging flashbangs willy-nilly, and possibly also run an Overwatch because we don't have a scout, and you got the most health. In fact, I think we'd probably be better per serve to give you ceramic plating. With 8 health, you're almost guaranteed to survive at least 1 shot from anything that isn't a critical. So Yamada, you got to tank it up for us, baby. You're going to be our tank here. You're spotting and you're tanking. Those are your 2 jobs. I don't like our tank. Our tank is bad. I have a feeling she's going to not make enough aggro. Everybody else is going to pull it off, and we're going to get wiped. I mean, the raid is going down, and it's going to be Yamada's fault, to, you know, point of phrase from WoW. Operation Banished Giant, and I do not like this map. I do not like it.
We're still seeing
on the plus side, at least we're not getting the same maps over and over like we did last playthrough. We are getting a little wider variety with the exception of the fountain, which seems to be every other mission, but I digress. We've played this map once already. This will be the 2nd time in this campaign. The problem is, I don't really like it. Maybe if we could spawn somewhere other than the default starting spot, I wouldn't hate it as much. But it doesn't look like we're coming in anywhere now. We're coming in a regular spot, which is Turd-tastic? Is that a word? If it's not, I'm coining it. Turd-tastic is the word for it. And the reason it's so shitty is because there's just no fucking cover up here. And you almost invariably spawn a pod with your first move, which sucks. I think the right move here, rather than investing anything in going this direction and potentially lobbing a pod, we come this way.
I'm on the move.
We throw the battle scanner, see if this area over here is clear or whether it's infested with lurking aliens. If it's clear, we're going to go this way and try and come up the side. Alright, so we've got a floater, at least one. Probably multiple floaters, I'm going to guess. If we see one, there's probably more. I mean, floater, there's 2, in fact. Alright, so floaters, like cockroaches, I mean, if you see one, folks, you got to know there's more. If you see the one, there's more lurking around. You just haven't found them yet. Don't you spawn a pod. Alright. She has a shot. No, you know what? We're better served to not take that shot. We really are. Yeah, we're not going to take it. We're going to try and pop them on our next turn. I would like to get everybody further forward so we have at least one spot of at least half cover for at least every troop. Oakstra, get up there. Yamada, you're going to do a real dangerous job here. I hate to ask it for you, but it's got to be done. I'll put you right here where you'll have no cover at all with regard to the aliens, but you can at least be on Overwatch. Mary Shelley, I want you steadying that weapon. You steady it like somebody should have steadied your husband's rowboat. Yeah. I mean, keep it steady. You keep it steady, girl. And so we've got the aliens. Let's bring them in. Mary Shelley. Can't miss shot here. Theoretically, this could generate a kill for us, which would be a nice way to start. Oh, yeah, that's a more solid opening than the first chapter of Frankenstein, Mary. That was some fine work right there. And it looks like that guy is already retreating, perhaps? He is an elite. Alright, so let's... We don't have anybody else who has a shot at him. We really don't have anybody else who even has a chance at getting a shot at him either. So I think the right solution here is to play this very cautious. We put Yamada in full cover and let Yamada do her job, which is get shot at. We're going to put Yamada on Overwatch, and we're just going to Overwatch the entire rest of the team. If this guy wants to come forward and tangle with us, we're going to make him come forward and tangle with us. If nothing else, we might get another long-range sort of low engagement shot with the Mother of Monsters. Now, he's coming at us. This guy can't decide what he wants to do, whether he wants to fucking howl at the moon or whether he wants to actually engage us. Yamada taking a poke, coming up empty. Not a surprise, frankly. Sandberg and Provost, Team Rookie. They got part of the way home. Nice shot there from one of the rookies. Didn't get us the whole way, but they made a good start. How many times is this guy gonna rah, rah? He's not trying to full back. That guy doesn't... If he gets to move again, I'm gonna be real salty, actually. 80% we're taking it. Too good to pass up. Nice shot.
I'm about to start keeping score.
So Team Rookie actually combining for some solid output there, and it's gonna be a team reload for us.
Good to go.
So again, the battle scanner proving very critical to our overall success there. Held us in quite good use right there. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. And so this area should be clear enough to advance. Is there any cover up here? There is. Mary Shelley does not, however... What are, oh, okay, I was going to say. Mary Shelley does not have low profile, so putting her in half cover does have some rather significant risks. Yamada, this is real risky, but I'm going to have you do it anyway. I'd like to see if maybe we could use Yamada as bait to pull some other aliens back towards us. But it looks clear. Hey, Riddick, how's it look out there? Looks clear. Really? How's it look now? Looks clear. Alright. Thanks, Richard B. Riddick.
Orders confirmed.
We'll play a game of who's the better killer later, which, of course, Richard B. Riddick usually wins, but, I mean, he is Richard B. Riddick.
Overwatching.
I also always liked the fact in Pitch Black that Richard B. Riddick had a middle initial, and that it was just kind of mundane.
I'm on it.
Pretty cool. It's good. You should give,
Okay.
more characters in movies should have middle names and initials.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Nice affectation. Really like it. Prevost,
Good to go.
we're going to have you reload. And this is going to be a fairly dull advance here. We may, in fact, engage in a bit of the Overwatch creeping that I'm not usually a huge fan of. I tend to play more aggressive, but we got a lot of rookie on this mission. And I think
Moving to position.
probably the Overwatch creeping is the smart move here. Yamada, you're going to be doing some very dangerous scouting for us. So head on over here and get ready to go up this ladder. Not just yet. We want to have everybody in better position before we full-on send you in to engage. You know, Sandberg, you did some nice work with the Overwatch over there. I'm going to trust you to be an actual sharpshooter for us over here. We're going to need your rifle. Oakstra, your aim was bad. Let's get old Jesus over here in this position of corner cover to back us up. In case we need a little bit of laying on hands, we'll have Jesus in the vicinity to deliver some emergency
On the move.
first aid / miracles.
I'm rolling.
Probably we're going to need a miracle. I mean, this is me playing. It seems like the miracle's really
Moving to Overwatch.
the most likely thing we're going to need. And then we're going to have old Yamada, who's continuing to pull the most dangerous of duties. Do we have another battle scanner, actually? You know, we could have Hoekstra throw a battle scanner before we go full-on insane and do something remarkably stupid.
Moving out.
That might be a better idea. Let's go for that plan. We did have a sound cue from over in this vicinity, so let's see how far Hoekstra can huck this bad boy. Seems like with a name like Hoekstra, she should be good at hucking stuff.
Big brother is
Huck.
online.
Alright, fine, it didn't work. You're right, it didn't work at all. Thin men. 2. Count them. 1. Count them. 2. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little thin men. There is 3 little thin men back there. Ah, you sneaky gits. Sneaky gets. Alright then. Interesting. So we know where they're at. Let's see what we can do about setting up maybe some kind of fire trap for these bastards without popping them. I have a feeling Yamada is going to be able to get to here in perfect safety. She in fact can. We'll put Yamada on a nice little defensive overwatch. We're going to bring Sandberg up and over. This should also be a safe move for us. Mary Shelley, I want you to stay put right where you're at, ma'am. You are in an ideal position. You just keep that weapon steady. And I promise I'll try and make fewer jokes about your dead husband, because really it's not that funny.
I'm on it, Commander.
Percy Bish was a pretty awesome guy. Probably shouldn't make light of his death, but in my defense, Mary Shelley,
Let's do this.
he did die in kind of a stupid way. I mean, you gotta admit, if the Darwin Awards had been around back then, Percy Bish might have picked one up for that performance. We got two falling back, one who's possibly within striking distance. And I'm not, of course, talking about striking distance when I refer to striking distance. I'm not talking about the Bruce Willis, Sarah Jessica Parker film of the same name from the late 90s, because that's something that no one should ever speak of again, ever, in the history of mankind. That should be expunged from all human memory. Do we dare go up even higher? I mean, we could maybe try and go up high and drop down on top of these guys. Alternatively, we could send Sandberg forward. Shit. One tile too close. Oh, this is bad. This is real bad. This is real mean bad. What do you got? 51% is not terrible. It is not good, but it is not terrible.
Understood.
I think we bring Yamada up here. We're going to try some death from above shit with Yamada coming down on top of these bastards. We're going to have her sit right there. Sandberg is in an okay position. Provost can't do anything. Let's move her forward to this full cover. I don't expect her to be able to contribute anything at all. Hoekstra has absolutely got to move. In a terrible position. These two may draw an acid spit, and honestly, I would be okay with that, because that means likely at least one of the enemy would... Oh, shit. Trying to scroll the map, accidentally moved Mary Shelley, which means she will not have a weapon steadied, even... that sucks, because she'd have had a flank shot. Do we take this shot, or do we steady our weapon? It only does 4 damage. We'd have to critical with an 8% chance to get a kill. Alternatively, we could go on Overwatch, or doubly alternatively, we could hunker down. All of those things have merit. I think Overwatch, in this instance, is the right move. Probably, in all reality, we should have steadied our weapon. Alright, safe so far. I have to assume that all of them are simply going to shoot at this guy. It would be the smart move on the alien's part. Yep. Okay, so at least he's in full cover, and he has not a huge amount of health, but he has enough that he might be able to survive one hit. Excellent. The enemies did not move. That means Mary Shelley should have a flank shot, right? No, for some reason Mary Shelley suddenly can't see the enemy, which makes almost no sense at all. So, of course, yeah, it's the overwatching guy. Well, fuck. Yamada might be able to do something. This shouldn't draw Overwatch.
Weapons hot.
Yeah, it didn't. Oh, fuck. It did spawn another pod, though, which we absolutely did not fucking need. This is a real bad position. On the plus side, well, we can flashbang one of the... never mind. The plus side doesn't have as much plus as I had hoped. Also, we have terrible chances to hit all of these units except the drones. And leaving Yamada in this position is effectively a death sentence. She's gonna get killed. So let's see what we can do vis-a-vis shooting. Not much. We should have steadied our weapon. Now we're gonna have to gamble. We're gonna have to gamble that... I was gonna say, we're gonna have to gamble that if that hits, somebody else can pick up the slack, but that's definitely not gonna happen. We do still have a shot. Yeah, we gotta take it. We've got the flank shot at the thin man. I want this guy dead. Alright, so we got rid of the Overwatch. That's a fantastic shot, by the way, Shelley. Fantastic shot. I'm proud of you. Let's get Provost forward, see what she can do. I don't like the fact that she's only going to be in half cover. I do like the fact that she has 80% on those drones, though. Let's go ahead and take this. Little Provost, you got to deliver for me. Provost brings the pain and brings the death. Calculate 1 for the rookie.
Hitting for that location.
Score 1, rookie. Score 90% on the drone. Jesus, you got to deliver for me here, buddy.
Hostile pacified.
That's right, Jesus Christ. He brings the hurt.
Okay.
You wouldn't think Jesus would bring the hurt. You'd think he'd bring the alleviation of hurt, but it's not the way Jesus rolls. It's just not how he does it. Man, I really, really want to throw a flashbang here, but I think it's the wrong move.
Affirmative.
We're better off to fall back. That means our trooper down below who's hiding behind the Jimmy there, or the Johnny, or the Dungy, or the Bog, or the Porta Potty. He's fucking hiding next to a toilet is what I'm getting at. He's gonna get shot at, though, toilet aside. Oh, nope, shooting at... Oh, this is... Oh, Acid Spit! Yes, that's a win for Team XCOM, actually. That rookie can just hunker and stay hunkered. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Overwatch? Yep, Hoekster's taking a little OW. Didn't even come fucking close, but that's okay.
Failed to connect.
You can't win them all. Interesting. Alright, so that rookie's probably going to hunker, which is not really a problem. Sandberg, what can you do on this street? You actually have 66% on the Thin Man, which is pretty good. Better than you have on the drone, shockingly. Alright, well, that's an intriguing situation. Hey, Seuss, buddy, what do you got? 55 on the Thin Man, or 60 for El Droninator. 55 on the Overwatching guy, not so great. Let's see what Mary Shelley's got. 53 and 58 for the drone. Mary Shelley has, frankly, pretty poor shots. If she's going to get lucky, I would prefer she got lucky on the Thin Man. Oh, there's no luck about it. Oh, take it. Take it like Frankenstein right there. You take it like Frankenstein rode the lightning. That made no sense at all. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Provost is definitely going to hunker down. So, Jesus, 60% on the drone, 55 on the Overwatching guy. Actually got a plan for the Overwatching guy. Let's take the drone down. Jesus Christ, going 2 for 2. That is the perfection we would normally expect from the Son of God, so he is delivering in that respect. Yamada. Why do I still hear drone noise? All the drones should be dead. We're going to go ahead and have you flash this punk. This will knock him out of Overwatch and also pretty much preclude him from hitting fuck all for the rest of the mission. Doink. So he's disoriented. Goodbye, Overwatch. And hello. Oh, Sandberg, you gotta be kidding me. You piece of crap. I was expecting Sandberg to be able to move up to the corner of that thing and get the flank shot, but apparently I was way overestimating Sandberg's abilities. And he got the hit at least. Still, a little salty Sandberg. That should have been a flank shot and a kill. I'm not going to leave Hoekstra out in the open as much as I am kind of tempted to do it. I think we just have her run around here and set up the flank for next turn. Really is the better use of the Hoekster's abilities. Gonna spit acid. Oh, gonna take a wild fucking shot that frankly had no chance at all of hitting. Provost, do you have a med kit or something? You've got to be an assassinated. Nope, you're an assassinated. Keep hunkering down. We don't need to give the enemy a cheap wound. I really don't want to get the kill with Jesus. I'd prefer a rookie took it. And you know what, Yamada? You've done some fine work for us on this mission. I think you've earned this one. This one's all you, girl. You got it. You go, girl. You earned it. Nice little flank shot. And this Thin Man is getting retired. Good day, sir. I say good day. 3 to the dome. A nice tap. 3 to the dome. 3 to the chest. And we cap it off. Operation Banish Giant. We have banished a giant-like foe. Indeed we have. Good days to all the enemies. Actually, fuck them. I give them a bad day. You guys can all suck a dick, because you're dead, and I'm taking your corpses back to base. I'm going to turn them over to the necrophiliacs down in the Scientology, or Scientology department. Well, Scientologists do like aliens, so... I mean, I'm not saying they cornhole them or anything, but the guys that work down in the science facility at our base definitely cornhole. Holy shit, Jesus' nickname is Smurf. Jesus Smurfing Christ. It sounds like a swear word from a Smurf himself. It's like Brainy Smurf would have come out with that. Jesus Smurfing Christ, Papa. Gargamel's on a rampage. Oh, it's almost too perfect. It really is. I mean, I'm gonna change it because it's the Son of God, and calling him a Smurf it's a little discourteous to a potential deity, but fuck me if I don't love it. I do love it. Jesus Smurfing Christ. Handy, what are we gonna do? Azrael's eating all of the Smurfing Smurfs. Oh. I really like that. I really like it a lot. Alright, so Prost got promoted, 65 aim. Man, they really want us to have some extra gunners. Actually, my theory behind that is they're giving us gunners because we don't have very many Rocketeers, but with a 65 aim, a 13 foot speed, and low health, I think gunner is the right choice, and I actually could use some more gunners, so that's fine. Prost will be a new gunner for us. Bumps up to 68 aim, which is not stellar, but it's acceptable. Jesus is getting a bump. We'll fix Jesus' nickname next time. Revive is garbage. Smoke and mirrors is interesting if we had grenades on Jesus, which we don't currently. Rapid reaction is kind of trash, though. And we will get smoke grenade probably on our next level. Ready for anything is really good, actually. Paramedic. I'm not a huge fan of paramedic, actually. Dense smoke. Okay, so those are all the same. So do we go for more of an Overwatch-focused build then? Because apparently from the looks of things you could do some interesting stuff with medics. Instead of going for the smoke for the extra defense, you could just make them Overwatch. Give them rapid reaction. Give them ready for anything. That way they could shoot, then go, or move, or do something. And then they'd also have Opportunist. Bombard would allow them to deploy smoke. That's a very good addition, though. It was Sprinter. Savior is so good. And I think for Jesus, really, there's no other option. Let's go for the smoke grenade build. I also like smoke and mirrors because it does allow our medics then to carry battle scanners and have two, which is a tactic I have used to good effect previously and I think is worth repeating. So Jesus is promoted. Mary Shelley, a very deserved promotion. She's going to be taking low profile. Keeping a low profile, of course, not really one of Mary Shelley's strong suits, but it is what it is. You know, Yamada, with a 61 aim, I have to feel like you would be a very quality candidate for a Grenadier. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I was going to go for Grenadier, and then I fucked it up because I was trying to say grenade, and then I sort of smashed the two together in some kind of weird linguistic mishap. It's getting late. I'm getting punchy. I don't even know what's coming out of my mouth anymore. But considering the fact she has 61 aim and that grenades land where the fuck you throw them regardless of aim, I think Yamada's going to be a fine little engineer for us. That's actually a good pick. She's got a reasonably high mobility and excellent willpower, which is good for engineers. We do like making engineers into psychers. We had some strong success with that last campaign. Probably something I will repeat. So all things considered, I mean, just based on the fact that nobody came home in a body bag, it's a good mission, and considering nobody even needed a trip to the infirmary afterwards, an even better mission. We got 1 meld, 5 Elerium, 5 of the alloys we gave to Mexico back, so that's solid. Picked up 8 weapon fragments as well, as a few corpses that we can trade for some ready cash. 80 in liquid assets, and panic in Nigeria has decreased to 0, which is sort of where it started. How long till our officer training? Our officer training facility is finished, actually. Do we have enough cash that we can upgrade our squad size? It's only 200. That's real cheap. Tactical officer, yeah, I'm not interested in officers per se at the moment. Squad size, however, very interested in. Then again, we also need more troopers. We need to hire we need some new hires. We got a lot of turnover here, some high attrition rates. Gonna need some fresh blood in here, and I mean that quite literally. We actually need blood for transfusions for many of our wounded troopers. So how much ready cash could we get if we liquidated everything? We get 60 there. If we go insane with the corpses, and I'm comfortable selling everything down to 3, actually. Floaters and thin men are not going to be hard to come by at a later date. Neither are drones, really. 142. I mean, we can spend all that without a doubt. That does give us enough to buy our 7th man.
Let's just hope we can keep the people.
Let's go down to 3 Seeker X as well.
The last thing we need is outright chaos.
Is that a fact, Bradford? You know, there's a lot of places in the country where outright chaos, or in the world, rather, not in the country, but there's a lot of places in the world where outright chaos could be fucking happening right now as we speak, and we would have no fucking clue whatsoever, Bradford. I mean, outright chaos, all of New York City could be on fire. Chicago could be a fucking ruin, and Los Angeles could have slipped off the coast and fallen into the ocean. We wouldn't know, Bradford. We simply have no idea what's going on there. None at all. Guy's so drunk so much of the time. It's really starting to irritate me. I would prefer he was sober, at least on rare occasion, but I digress. Let's spend some of this cash here. So we are going to go to the barracks, and we're going to buy our squad size upgrade. One of the most important upgrades you can get, especially early in the game. So we're going for the squad size boost. Bam, yes. That's 200 of our available cash. And the rest, actually, we can get 1 fucking soldier. You gotta be kidding me, XCOM. The rookie thing, it's really getting kind of prohibitively expensive. It really is. Down to 16 credits. I would love to actually get another rookie, but I don't know where we'd come up with the cash. I mean, we could go even lower on corpses. We need $9. You know what? We got to do it. Let's do it. We can get $9. We'll come up with the $9. You know what? Screw that. Let's go with a chrysalid carcass and 1 sectoid carcass, and we'll keep the thin man and a floater. Get us 9 exactly, and hire 1 more trooper. There we go. Alright, so that's got at least 2 new doses of fresh blood into the barracks, and hey, that's 10 pints of potential transfusion if we kill him, which, you know, if we need to, we will. But with the fresh blood on the way in, and the hungry veins of our troopers in the infirmary eager for the potential transfusions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.